The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Space to maneuver at the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Freeman again, a first down carry. He'll be stopped shy of the 45 despite a great move. It was Joe Hayden, the former Pro Bowler, that came up to get him down.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
On second down, Freeman. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Third down, Devontae Freeman. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Taken in at the 22. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. For the Falcons, Charles, we've talked all year about the injuries that they had in 2018, and you kind of touched on it earlier, too. It's hard to get around them, though, when you look back at this past year. So they go to 7-9, and I know that that's not what they wanted, but with all the injuries, is that okay?
It would be if you didn't think you were going to the Super Bowl. You know, if you didn't think you had a chance at that, and they did going into the season. But when you lose your starting safeties in Ricardo Allen and Keanu Neal, your middle linebacker, Deion Jones, for a long stretch of time, you end up starting 1-4. Then in the second half of the season, you have a 5-game losing streak. 7-9 is actually better than I thought that they were finishing because of those 2 long losing streaks.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
And he better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Second and 10. It's Ryan again. Looking deep for Julio. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
But one thing's for sure. When you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you got to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, Ryan looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton, and they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Well, this is simply a great read by a defensive back. It's 3rd and 10, so he sits right on where the yard to gain marker is, knows it's going to be a route around that distance, makes his read, breaks on the football, and makes a terrific play.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger, escaping the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it, no one got it. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. On the tackle that time, Bruce Irvin. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look. 6 DBs.
Blue 30. Jack 16.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. Powers through, and he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 13. after the interception. Here's Ryan. And finding the tight end Hooper. A gain of 6 there on first. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Let's go.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 3rd down, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
Now Ryan. Looking deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. That one goes for 36 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The Falcons on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, it's Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And Bryant's kick is good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
CD, before this next drive gets going, the Pro Bowl took place January 27th in Orlando. 3rd year in a row that the AFC has won, and really the 3rd year in a row where the weather in Orlando has not been too kind. It was ice cold 2017, and then downpours the last couple of years.
Yeah, in addition to it being cool as well again this year, so rain and cold, that hurts the crowd a little bit, but still, this game has evolved into what I would call a crazier type NFL game. Quick whistles to make sure guys don't get hurt when there's tackling going on. How about receivers playing defensive back? Defensive backs like Jalen Ramsey catching touchdown passes. And to cap it all off, when they awarded the MVP trophy to, I believe, Patrick Mahomes, it broke.
Yeah, indeed, it was Mahomes, the MVP of the offense, Jamal Adams, MVP of the defense in the 26-7 AFC victory. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, you got three. Three down. Under 10.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. This is Bell, the dump off. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a gain of 8 yards. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Roethlisberger will throw. Goes underneath for Bell. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Roethlisberger now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. They'll go back to the ground with Bell. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And his throw here's incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Snickers, you gotta spin. Kings. Quarter. Kings.
Now it's Roethlisberger. He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up fourth down. Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. Well, as they get ready for this next drive, we shift our attention to a little Super Bowl conversation. The third time that the Super Bowl, Charles, is going to be played in Atlanta, and the Patriots had 35,000 folks come out in Foxborough before departing for a little rally.
How about that? You would think that would be a fan base that might be a little bit blasé about the whole thing because they seem to go just about every year. But they continue to use their rallying cry. They hate us because they ain't us. And as for the game itself, February the 3rd, I can't wait. I'll be there to call the game internationally one more time. Just remember, this game is 17 years to the day since Super Bowl 36. Got this whole Patriots thing kick-started. Literally, Adam Vinatieri with a game-winning field goal. Patriots beat the Rams 20-17. Same franchise, different city. They were in St. Louis then.
Now Ryan on second down. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
The Falcons on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now it's Ryan. He's got Sanu. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go. Hey, wait. 11. Hey, got it. Let him go.
On second down, here's Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. And an alley to run. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 46.
We got 3, fellas. We got 4 down.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down, it's Bell. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. And the Steelers on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. 4 down.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Now, after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10.
77, 77. 77, 77.
Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. And that is incomplete here.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Takes both of them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. And the Falcons going to use another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Let's go. Jack 16. Got three down. James. Snickers, you got to spin.
Here's Roethlisberger. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down.
Check. 59. I'm on. World! Check 59.
From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on 1st down. Flush to his right. This will be caught just inside the 10. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On second down, Roethlisberger. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And the Steelers on third down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. To throw again is Roethlisberger. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. And Mike Tomlin going to roll up the sleeves here and say, let's go for it on 4th.
Black 80. Double. Black. Kill. One day. Jack 16.
They'll try and throw for him with Roethlisberger. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Vic Beasley in there to sack him for a loss of 6. .30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here 1st and 10. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
When you try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Roethlisberger now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vic Beasley in there to get him for his second sack of the night.
And that's his second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he powers his way up past the 30. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And the Steelers on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 17.
Black 20. Squirrel. 8. 20 seconds.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
This is taken at the 15. Oh, good move. 12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Ryan throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jones. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to... continue to pick them apart, because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure, and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down, Ryan. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. Well, while we have a second here, how about we get bold and make a couple Super Bowl predictions?
Hey, why not? Let's go ahead and put ourselves on the spot.
Just more fodder for the angry people. What do you think? Who's going to win it? Who's going to be the MVP?
Well, my prediction for this one is the New England Patriots win the football game. They win it 32-30. The MVP, the McCourty twins, Jason and Devin. They both get 2 interceptions apiece, and instead of splitting the trophy, they wrestle for it right there in the 50-yard line post-game, because you know sibling rivalries, one always wants the upper hand.
Okay, that's bold. I'll go Rams on a Greg Zuerlein 44-yarder from the right hash as time expires.
44, that's nothing for him.
MVP Todd Gurley, 2 touchdowns, 1 catching, 1 rushing.
I like it.
There you go.
You don't like the McCourty thing, though?
No, I do like that. If that happens, you're Nostradamus.
There you go.
Here's Bell. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
I know every time we watch Le'Veon Bell play, we think about him making people miss, the hesitation move. But you remember he came out of Michigan State as a bruiser and a thumper, and he still has those capabilities.
At 225 pounds, an underrated part of his game. Now Roethlisberger going to hand to Bell. Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Well, partner, after the conference championship games, there was a lot of talk about the overtime rules, understandably so. Do you think that anything needs to be changed in the NFL overtime situation?
I don't think so. And you got to remember, I'm an old crone, all right? So here's the deal on it. The NFL jumped into popularity with an overtime game, the Baltimore Colts being the New York Giants. Back in, where was it, 1959, 58, 59? That's when the NFL really came into prominence, and it was sudden death. Alan Amici, the Colts got the ball, they scored. No one talked about anything but, boy, what an exciting game. As time went on, people started talking about fairness. So the overtime rule finally got changed. If you score first with a touchdown, the game's over. Otherwise, you keep playing. I think that's pretty cool. And in our 2 championship games this year, we had overtime in both. Tom Brady and the Patriots won the toss, went downfield, scored a touchdown, ball game. Drew Brees and the Saints won the coin toss, threw an interception. The Rams kicked the field goal and won. Defense still exists if you care to play it.
To throw on second down. Ryan going underneath. It's Coleman. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up a third down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
The Falcons on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Ryan now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
You know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On 1st down, Ryan. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Second and 10 now. Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. It's caught over the middle, Hooper. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker.
Let's go.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. To throw again is Ryan. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there. And it's 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Ryan will throw again. And that'll be hauled in by the tight end. It's Hooper for the Falcon touchdown. Austin Hooper, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And he'll bang that one through. Here's Bosher to kick it away. Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. He's going to let this one go deep. And it's caught. It's Brown. Touchdown, Steelers. Antonio Brown, 54 yards. And the Steelers have now made this a one-score game. Good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bell. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, 31 yards. And the Steelers have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is now 14-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling.
And now here's another interception. Sean Davis with a pick. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Eat these two.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield, and it's intercepted at the goal line. It's Desmond Trufant, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Boy, Brandon, that's what I'd call an ill-advised pass right there on 3rd down. I mean, you just need a yard or two to keep the drive going. Instead, he's trying to hit a home run. You've got to really like your chances if you're going to take a shot like that.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Drops it off for Coleman. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Bud Dupree in from his linebacker's spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
21.
From the gun, it's Ryan. And he's got Sanu. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times.
Left.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll go again with Bell, and he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. And the Falcons going to use another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Roethlisberger to throw. This is Bell on the dump off. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. He'll look to throw. Sanu with a grab over the middle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Obviously a big first down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They got to get up to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it. But they've got to continue to move quickly.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks.
Let's go.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Roethlisberger dropping to a knee, and that ought to do it. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Heinz Field.